Hey, welcome to Moosejaw'b RC Body Shop, and it's day 2. It is now Friday, wonderful Friday, and last night we left off with the VS410 Pro, painting it for a friend of mine, Eric Baker. We did with the Corsa Gray, and hopefully you enjoyed the video of that. I'm making fun of myself with mixing up gray and blue, but today we're gonna get back to work on it. But there's some things that I forgot that I needed to do on the project, on some other projects that totally forgot. We got some Roswells, and we're gonna age those up, patina them, weather them, what you want to call them, scratch them up, smack it, flip it, rub it down. Oh no, we're gonna get these looking old for a friend of ours, Hot Rod, a local businessman barber shop, and we're gonna set those up for his VS410 Pro. I had a VS410 Pro that I got from somebody at the local hobby store, that they got from somebody at the local hobby store. Us employees like to sell everything to each other. And it was just sitting here in the garage, and I kind of use it as a prop for some bodies to paint and post on Instagram, but it's like, it's too good of a car to just be posting, putting bodies on there and taking pictures of it. So Hot Rod was interested in moving up from his old school Wraith into a nice trail truck, rock crawler, or what do you want to call it. And I said, well, I got this, you interested? And he bought it, so he was very interested. And with that, I painted a VS410 Phoenix body for him. Turned out great, and that's on my Instagram and all that fun stuff. And now it's time to patina those wheels. We still have some other things to do, so we were going to multitask here. I mean, there's going to be a lot that we're going to be doing here tonight on a Friday. So happy Friday. Let's see else what we got to do. And we have Eric Baker's VS410 Pro. We are going to add another layer of Corsa Gray to that. We're going to paint that as well, and maybe see if we can get it done tonight. So he's coming by the shop tomorrow, so we're going to see if we could get that done. And then also there's the bomber interior that we still were working on. So we're going to try to mask off some things and go for getting that done maybe by the weekend, maybe by Sunday. Even though Sunday I want to get outside. It's kind of nice now. You know, it's been nice weather for a long time, but it's time to get outside and go rock crawling too. Use the tiny trucks, not just build them and paint them, got to use them. So the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to start on that VS410 and add another quick layer, and then we'll move on to the incision wheels. So we got the VS410 Pro last coat, nice good coat, kind of just feathered it a little bit like a brush stroking away. That sprays, and didn't go too heavy. Some areas I did, some areas I didn't. Try to get that uneven weathered look, but natural uneven weathered look. Let myself introduce myself. But other than that, I think it looks good. Thinking it's not quite doing what I'm used to it doing, and somebody suggested, you know, taking some salt and just grind it down, mash it down to you know, even finer than it is. And that might be the key thing, because usually with regular salt it kind of bounces off the body and bounces to other places, so it spreads out too much. And I was trying just to get a little more uniform, which I did get with the baking soda, but it's just not doing what I wanted to do. But we'll make it work. It looks good. I just got to make it look better with what it is giving me, and that's the thing. Sometimes you can't force it. Sometimes you just need to get what you want. Unfortunately, my little tripod broke, so I have to handheld, and I have to go back and forth here for a little bit. Got the Roswells laid out there, and now it's time to use some paint that I trust on metal, and especially on incision wheels. I did this before on my VS410 Phoenix, and I think I got it right here. Certain kind of paint, and it just adheres to it, so we get a different color. And I've run with it, no scratch. You know, it might be a scratch or two, but it really sticks well to it. And what we have here is good old Behr paint, B-E-H-R. Get this at Home Depot or any store if you're choosing, if they carry it. And we're gonna just shake it up. We're gonna lay this down maybe a couple times, and then we'll start weathering the wheels to make them look old. Or so I don't know if I got the results I wanted. I might have to do a few things. What I got is kind of too much of a straight edge bulging out of there. Pardon me. We can hide that. We can take the airbrush and kind of from a distance and kind of fade through there and create a third layer, or actually fourth layer with the white. Or I could simply take the Corsa Gray and spray over again. I'm more apt to just do the air gun. That's good. The airbrush first with the oxide red, and then do the same thing with no salt and nothing. I'm just gonna feather that Corsa Gray to where I lock it. Some areas are good. I mean, it's good, but it's like I said, it's like all of a sudden, oh, there's all this really straight line. You know, this is good. You know, inadvertent, that's good. I gotta just smooth some of this out, and then, like I said, take the Corsa Gray over it and fix it. The tailgate, I kind of like that. We might keep it. Try to get some of that bacon powder off. It didn't come off as easy this time around, so I'll have to see what I did different. Figure out what I did differently, but I like the tailgate. That looks good. And you know, there's parts of this that look good too, not as bad as the others. So I'm just gonna try to spread it out, and then we'll take the Corsa Gray over again, and you know, try to get it. Some went right down to the Lexan. I was a little surprised by that, which is not bad because you know, it had the Tamiya pigment. Now it'll change some things. Plus, we're gonna still paint this, so we need some fixing to do. So the ghetto chicken's on the prowl again. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. But I put on the second coat on the Incision Roswells. The gray is pretty solid. That Behr paint it just sticks to it. It's really good stuff. So we're gonna let that sit. You can see the KMC. They took all that time to laser print that laser and put in that KMC logo, but I'll cover it up. We're gonna take some sandpaper to that in a moment, and then maybe add some airbrush to it, maybe, because I got it going, and I got it going on the VS410 Pro. With that, it's not done yet. Obviously, we're gonna put some of that Corsa Gray over it again and see if we can't get that to be more even out. Ta-ta. Let's hope. So, baking soda, a little more challenging this time. This is the first time I've really been challenged by it. I think I got it where I could work with it. I could let the paint dry and then go for making the door lines you know, scratching some paint out where the door lines are. Josh is talking too much. Let's mute Josh, shall we?
You've got Ohio, Illinois, maybe. We need to hear exactly where Matthew Romero's from.
Somebody did that, right? So while the incisions are drying and half cab is drying, I think I'll mask off the good old bomber interior. Let's get something done. So these look great and everything. We just got the Bare Lunar Surface Gloss. Paint primer adheres to wood, metal, plastic, and more. And it's a nice gray, but it's still got a little tacky after sitting for a while, which sometimes means I just overcoat it. So, plus it's probably a little warm today. It's very warm. I'm hot. As you can see, maybe I'm even sound like out of breath, but we're gonna let these sit and do them tomorrow. So what we're gonna do with those good old Incision RC wheels, we're gonna pair them with these Proline Super Swampers G8 around here. G8 is just fine, don't want Predator. And we just decided to go with Proline foams. We didn't want to get too fancy. Hot Rod he crawls and everything, but he's not like, ooh, I need the most performance thing. It just needs improvement. It's kind of weird though. Proline, this seems like a different foam. Inner foam is really smooth. Maybe they just put a coat on it. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't think this was breaking down. It was always the outside foam that broke down, but I could be mistaken. But we're going to pair those up with those incisions tomorrow. Let's see if we fixed the VS410 body. We're going to check it out and see if we fixed it. Okay, it's all dry, kind of faded through. I need to sand that a little bit, just be a little gentle. But I think we can play with that. We'll add some magic from the Tamiya weathering pigment and or RC makeup, as I like to call it. But we'll see what we can do. See if we can get that even better. Okay, so we're kind of at a point where I gotta tell myself just to stop and now play with it with making my little details with some Tamiya weathering pigment and everything. Weathering Master, okay? And then see if we can't get this better. Woo, it's getting warm. So we took a good old dull X-Acto blade and we kind of just ran it through and kind of scraping some of the paint through the thin blue line of the doors, the door lines and the hoods and such. This was a trick I saw Turks and Drips do. I think I saw it on Instagram and all that, and it works pretty good. And the thing is, if you underline the Lexan with black, obviously that's going to come through more. Maybe even a gunmetal like PS23 underneath there, things that will help with line. You could just spray where the lines are and then do a the PS bright gunmetal from Tamiya. I like that one usually mostly for to get that sheet metal look. And then underneath, and I've kind of done already, I put some corset blue on the interior so that it kind of matches the exterior. So what are we gonna do now? That's a good question. I got my lines. Maybe I'll mask off the hood, see if we can get it done. Yeah, let's do that. So we're gonna get into patinaing the hood on the VS410 Pro body half cab. We're gonna use, we got a lot of colors on in there. We're gonna salt right away, and then we're gonna go with maybe black, and then salt again, gold, salt again, and then back to black. I might throw in the oxide rusty color in there too as well, or maybe I'll even throw in a red. I don't know. We'll see what we can play. Either way, we're kind of losing some light, so we gotta hurry up a little bit. Well, it's kind of nice out here. God, it's gorgeous out here. It's nice and cooler than in there. But we got the VS410 body ready. And I just got it all masked off. I'm not too worried about the tail end, and we're gonna salt this up. And again, sorry, let's see if we could hold the camera and salt at the same time.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
All right, folks, we're gonna call this a night. We got quite a bit done. Not everything that we wanted to get done, but you know, I'm tired. We started around, I want to say 4:30. I started this, and it's now almost 8ish, 8, 9. But let's see what we got done. Got the bomber interior. The dude's race suits are flat black, and you can see how it turned out there. There's gray on the seats. There's still, and then there's silver on like metal underneath that, but there's still more to do, and we'll get to that tomorrow. We also like to take note that the total number of sodas drank during this paint fest was 2, only 2. I think I need more sugar. I'm getting a little tired. Okay, I don't know if the light's doing this justice, but we put this on my VS410 Pro, and we got the hood all done. Let's make some room in the back. Hood really textured, maybe a little too much for my taste, but if I sand any more, I think I'm gonna get to the white. I could sand a little more. We'll try doing that. But I like how the gold kind of shows through, and we have some of the rust that we did from the airbrush, and then it was still looking a little that, and I was playing around with the airbrush to get that even out more. Let's see if that looks, and it looks better in there. So I got my lines cut, took out some paint with an X-Acto knife. I think the next step is trying some Tamiya weathering pigment and try to save this and get to where I want to look. I mean, it's gonna look great. I mean, I'm just a little harsh on myself because, like I said, it's not quite what I was expecting. But with working like this, sometimes you gotta take what's given to you. So, and some of this is gonna wipe off too. Yeah, there it goes, and all that. A little blotchy there. I didn't even mean that, but we'll sand that. I do like this. That looks good. I like the tailgate, and I like this side. I think maybe it's just the other side. The undercoat primer, I guess you would say, if it was a red primer. It's just kind of showing, it's showing a little too light, almost pinkish. So, and that's with the sanding and everything. But I think it's good. And like I said, we're gonna have fun with this. This is gonna be just fine. Damn, those wheels look good though. All right, so folks, it's like 8:30 at night. Josh is still going on his Friday stream. I'm kind of tired. I'm gonna call it a night, but thanks for joining the Moosejaw'b RC body shop, and we'll see you the next time. I don't know if I'm gonna record tomorrow. We'll move on maybe to Sunday, or maybe I could get some things done. Maybe I'll just focus on one thing, like those wheels. I think those wheels I could knock out tomorrow night, depending on how much we celebrate. Tomorrow's my birthday, and the wife says there's a good dinner in my future, which I hope that means Captain Crab Shack. We shall see. Other than that, folks, thank you. Hit the like button, subscribe. Any questions, please leave a comment or two, or maybe even some opinions or thoughts or help you can give. Always welcome that. And enjoy your tiny trucks. Have fun. Have a great night.